everybody. Welcome to the On Deck podcast presented by LineStar, your top MLB player prop bets for today, plus home run calls of the day. Alongside my co-host Tyler Wiemann, I am Shannon Sommerville. We've got some great props for you, plus maybe one not so great prop that I just needed to bring up in order to talk about. It's basically when I looked up on LineStar the highest projection or the highest edge in terms of LineStar's projection compared to the line. It's actually pretty funny, so we'll get to that. But first things first, recapping yesterday. 0 for 2, that one hurt. The Aaron Judge train came to sort of a stop. He still got his 1,000th career hit, but it wasn't enough to go over 1.5 bases. And then Tyler, yours was Edward Cabrera under 5.5 strikeouts. He was dealing 8 strikeouts for him, so 0 for 2. Insert the Rob Schneider gif from Waterboy where he's like, "Oh no, we suck again." But we'll get back after it on this Taco Tuesday. Promise you guys using that Props AI tool on the LineStar app to help us find the best value. Tyler, what was your impression of yesterday's props not hitting for us?
I mean, it was a bummer, but it happens. Yeah. I just couldn't believe how good Cabrera was. And all his strikeouts really happened in like the first 3 innings where he was just dealing. I think he had 5 in the first 3 innings. And then was pretty slow after that. But, hey, it happens.
It does happen.
He gets best Colorado.
And looking back, I still would have taken Aaron Judge over 1.5 bases. I mean, the guy's just been on. In fact, I would take him again today. I'm not going to, but I would. I think he's in another great spot today going up against the Nationals. I mean, if you would have told me that his streak of cashing for me on over 1.5 bases would have ended against the Nationals, I would not have believed you. Nonetheless, we'll get back after it today. Great picks for you. There are available on Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, Chalkboard, ParlayPlay. If you don't have those apps, download it. Use that promo code LineStar so you can get a nice deposit match plus 1 free month of LineStar. Let's get into our picks for today. Oh, also, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. A comment enters you into our daily prop bets contest. So if we go 2 for 2, one randomly selected commenter will win $50. Hopefully, we will do it today to be able to give out some money here on the show. Tyler, where are you headed for your first main prop bet of the day?
I'm going to go with Triston Casas over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. Our LineStar projections 2.2. Rodriguez is really good versus left-handed pitchers, but Casa is great versus right-handed pitchers, and he's been on fire over the last 20 games versus right-handed pitching. 327 average, 327 ISO, and a home run on 8% of his plate attempts. He's also hitting 410 over the last week. And behind Yarel Rodriguez is an absolutely terrible bullpen. So I like picking on Toronto today, and give me some Casas.
Yeah, Casas has been really great, especially in that hits, runs, RBIs. Also, the Boston Red Sox in general, they're top 6 in basically every hitting category: runs, RBIs, average. So of course, you know, Tyler, I can't personally bet Red Sox because they're on my do not bet list. That I'm trying to be more, I'm trying to stick to my own rules that I lay out for myself. And you know who a new team that might have entered onto my no bet list is the Atlanta Braves. Lately, they just haven't been doing it for me. I don't know. Anybody else?
It should be the Yankees that enter.
They've been cashing for me yesterday was
I'm just giving you
the
shit.
one day. So they've actually they're good in my book still in terms of the betting. But so for my pick, I like that game that you're headed to, Tyler. I think it has one of the highest run totals of the slate for today. We've got really nice weather at Fenway Park today. So I'm going to the flip side of that and going with another hot hitter. And this one checks all the boxes for me. Vladimir Guerrero has been cashing for me over the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to just go right back there, especially at this hitter-friendly venue. Again, another one that checks all the boxes for me. He's been over this 6 of the last 10 games. I'm going to go over the 1.5 bases one. You could also go 2.5 hits, runs, and RBI. For our purposes, though, we're going with bases. He's got a 429 average, 1222 OPS over the last 7 days, so he's got a hot bat. And he's got a good matchup going up against Boston righty Cooper Criswell. 287 opponent average, 803 OPS to righty bats. So those two stats both above league average. Plus, he's been struggling lately. Almost an 8 ERA in the month of August and giving up a 391 opponent average in that span. And the Boston bullpen giving up a 300 average in the month of July. They've been struggling lately, the highest opponent average among all MLB teams in that span. And again, good temperatures at Fenway Park, 75 degrees. Vladdy Daddy could have a bomb, but I think he goes over 1.5 bases for today to Casas, our prop bet. It's been a pretty profitable guy over the last couple of weeks, and definitely
it's been crushing.
Is basically, I mean, when you look at some of the hitters, he's a solid hitter in a good situation today. Poor bullpen, great hitters conditions at Fenway. So I like the spot here for Vladdy. Now it's time for some bonus props. We got to give the people some variety here to choose from to fill their ticket on this Taco Tuesday. So what you got?
So I don't have one specific bonus prop. What I will say is I really like the right-handed bats for Boston today. Currently, only one that was on PrizePicks or Underdog is Cedian Rafaela. Everybody else is off right now. So say your Tyler O'Neills of the world. I love their props today. Yarel Rodriguez is allowing an 318 BABIP to right-handed pitching. That's where he really, right-handed bats. That's where he really gets crushed. And that's where I think Boston can do some damage today. Just we don't have many on the board. So I want to put that out there for you guys if when they do come on the board.
Yeah, when those lineups come out for today, make sure to, maybe one of those days is today when I break my streak and pick some Red Sox to fill out my ticket. Maybe not. I'll go to some Yankees. My bonus pick is going to be Gleyber Torres, who I feel like his hot streak as of late has been a little overshadowed by Aaron Judge and his accomplishments. But Gleyber's been crushing it lately, so I'm going to go with him over 1.5 bases. LineStar's projection, 2.1. He's only been over this 5 of the last 10. I usually like that stat to be a little bit higher, but he has homered the past 2 games, so he's been feeling it at the dish. 333 average, 1047 OPS over the last 7 days. So we're talking about a hot bat and a right-handed bat with an 800 OPS versus lefties. Definitely does better against the southpaws. And today he's going up against Patrick Corbin, who he's 4 of 9 against with 2 home runs. When you look at Corbin's numbers, 322 opponent average, 892 OPS to righty bats. Definitely a guy that I've been picking on in the props department this season. Plus, that Washington bullpen behind him isn't that good either. 26 in opponent average since July 1st. So Gleyber Torres is one that I am looking at today. Yankees bats in general are looking pretty good for me today. Another direction you could go, if you look up Patrick Corbin's BVP versus some of the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm 2 for 5 with a home run. Even DJ LeMahieu, who can't seem to hit out of a paper bag over the last couple of weeks, 393 average against him. And that's 56 at-bats. He also has 6 home runs against him. And then Giancarlo Stanton, 333 average against Corbin. That's 24 at-bats. So it's a decent sample size. And I feel like one of the best indicators of future success against hitters and pitchers is past success. So that's kind of one read for today, is maybe going with some of those Yankees bats, stacking them on a ticket. But another direction you could also go is another hitter prop that's been a little bit profitable for me, especially yesterday. This is one that I took personally, and that's Kerry Carpenter of the Detroit Tigers over 1.5 hits, runs, RBI. LineStar's projection 2.2. And while he's only been over this for the last 10, this is a hitter with a 286 average, 851 OPS, pretty respectable numbers over the last 7 days, but he's top 5% exit velocity in barreled balls versus righters over the last 14 days. So I think he's seeing the ball well and making good contact. A lefty bat with much better splits against righties. In fact, he has a 309 average against them, and he's going up against Angels righty Johnny Cueto, who just made his first appearance. He gave up 3 runs on 8 hits, including a home run in 6 1/3. Guys, remember, this is not the Johnny Cueto from 2014 that led the NL in strikeouts. That was 10 years ago. This is Johnny Cueto, who's been struggling and bouncing around from team to team, especially in the minors. So it's not the same guy that we're used to seeing. Plus, this is a very high run total, 9.5. And it's played at Comerica Park in Detroit, where temperatures are about 90 degrees. So I think it's going to be tough sledding for Cueto today in those high temperatures. And I think some of those Detroit Tigers bats might get to him, specifically Kerry Carpenter over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs for us. And lastly, I told you guys at the top of the show, we kind of had a funny one for you. And in terms of LineStar's Props AI tool, when you look up some of the hitters props on Underdog Fantasy and you go and you sort by the edge, which basically is the biggest edge in terms of LineStar's projection compared to the line, It's actually Joey Gallo over 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I am not endorsing this prop by any means, but I thought it would be a fun one to talk about and just to get Tyler's reaction because LineStar's projection here is 1.4, which is 180% edge there. He's been over this 71% of the time this season. Could this be a revenge game for Joey Gallo going up against the Yankees that he got booted, the team he got booted from a while back because he just was not getting it done at the plate? What do you think? He's not getting it done. He's not really getting it done in terms of average this season with the Nationals either, but I thought
this is my thing with this prop. Joey Gallo is either going to have 3 hits, runs, and RBIs or 0. So if I am going to bet it, I would rather push the line higher and get plus money on it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good that's a good way to do it.
It's just Joey Gallo. The range of outcomes that he has is literally pretty much a home run or bust. And with that, I would just lean in and try and get some plus money. Maybe doubles and gets an RBI or something instead of a home run. But still, I think you can push that line up and get plus money. There's really no reason to bet him for say 0.5 hits, runs, RBIs or 0.5 bases, just because his most likely outcome, is 3+ or 0.
Yeah, he's the poster child of the 3 true outcomes for sure. I feel like he's the prime example for that. Whereas if he doesn't, he either a home run or a strikeout. There's kind of, or maybe walk, but no in between there with him. But just a funny one in terms of that props AI tool. Thought we'd have some fun talking about it. But hey, could have a revenge game. Like I always say on the show, anytime I'm going up against a former team, got to show them what they're missing. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into so those are our picks for our prop bets contest. The ones that we're rolling with are 2 main props for today. We're going Triston Casas over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, and combining with Vladdy Daddy over 1.5 bases. You can tail us if you'd like on Underdog Fantasy or find them on Sleeper, Chalkboard, ParlayPlay. Remember to use the promo code LineStar when you download those apps, and you can get a deposit match, plus you can get 1 free month of LineStar. Now let's get to home run calls of the day. Tyler, where are you headed for a dinger on this Taco Tuesday?
I'm going to go with Marcell Ozuna, the Big Bear, plus 240 to hit a bomb. Over the last 20 games versus right-handed pitching, he is hitting 421 with 333 ISO and hitting a home run on 8% of plate attempts. Meanwhile, Woods Richardson, who he's facing, is allowing a 172 ISO. So let's go. Let's get a bear bomb.
All right. It was really tempting for me not to go back to my home run call yesterday. Michael Talia. He's in another great spot today at Coors Field against the pitcher for the Marlins, Rodrigo Munoz, who has the highest home run per 9 rate in all of baseball. It's over 2. However, I'm switching it up. We're going to a Dodgers bat. We're actually going to the home run derby champ himself, Teoscar Hernandez, plus 310. 27 home runs on the year for Hernandez, and this is a righty bat with a 303 ISO versus lefties. Remember, MLB average for ISO around 120, so that's awesome for Hernandez. 581 slugging against lefties as well. That's over 100 points higher than he does against righties. And today he'll be facing Baltimore lefty Cole Irvin, who has a 136 home run per 9 rate. That's 24th highest among pitchers. Plus, he gives up 38.1% hard contact to righties. That is very high. In fact, it is actually 13% higher hard contact than he gives up to lefty bats. Plus, when you look at the Baltimore bullpen, man, they've been struggling lately, giving up a 192 home run per 9 rate in the month of August. That's second highest in Major League Baseball. Plus, this is at Dodger Stadium where Hernandez does some of his best work. He has 17 of his 27 home runs there as well. So also has better splits there. Teoscar Hernandez for a home run. Another interesting one for today, though, it was tempting not to go with Shohei Ohtani for today as well. Make sure to check out that MLB Dinger report on the LineStar app to help you find the best value in those home run calls. And Tyler, I forgot to do it yesterday, but lately I've just been sharing LineStar's top 5 projected hitters in terms of that home run, the Dinger odds. So we'll just give that out today. Looking at the entire slate, we're looking at Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Schwarber, Marcell Ozuna, and Michael Talia, our top 5 hitters right now on the LineStar app. That could change throughout the day as the lineups are released, but those are our top 5 as of this morning. So, do with that information what you will, whether it's placing a bet on a home run or maybe going over on 1.5 bases. Make sure to check it out yourself too on the LineStar app when you get a second, linestarapp.com. And if you haven't already, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. A comment will enter you into our prop bets contest. Hopefully we can finally go 2 for 2 today, set off the money gun tomorrow, and give out some money, $50 to a randomly selected commenter. And drop your locks. If there are some absolute locks on the day for the prop department, make sure to drop those in the comments. You guys have been great about giving us some winners in the comments, so let's keep it rolling. We're a community. We're all trying to help each other out and beat the book, so let's hear what you got in the comments. Good luck today in all of your prop betting endeavors, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.